All right, so Detroit Pistons are, Mike Valenti said this source said they done. Apparently, Yahoo Sports still dropping stuff saying the Pistons are still on the hunt. Report Pistons targeting trade for 9-time All-Star guard to join Cade Cunningham. So, to them it seemed like they done, but the rumors haven't stopped just yet. Okay, what you got Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. So while rival Eastern Conference teams send their individual recording pitches to LeBron, who remains a free agent, who cares? Detroit Pistons are exploring ways to continue building around blossoming superstar guard Cade Cunningham. For some Piston fans, the 2026 offseason has been underwhelming, particularly because the franchise is yet to land the coveted second star behind Cade Cunningham. Detroit lost Karis LeVert, Marcus Sash, Isaiah Stewart in trades. Tobias Harrison free agency, and Jalen Duren continues to dangle as a restricted free agent. So when will the team make major moves? One player who has been closely linked to the Pistons in recent months and former All-Star point guard Kyrie Irving. Could Kyrie be the player who helps the Pistons get over the playoff hump? The Pistons have eyes on Kyrie, Cade Cunningham parent insider says. Kyrie Irving, number 11 of the Dallas Mavericks, tries to drive around. Okay, I don't know why they give me a description. This must be AI that wrote this. The Pistons may need to add a star for the basketball world to put it in the same category as NBA champions New York Knicks. If the Irving lands in Detroit, the Pistons would generate some major buzz as Eastern Conference juggernaut, according to NBA insider Brandon Robinson. Detroit front office views Irving as a desirable trade target. According to league sources, Robinson reported on his website, the Detroit Pistons and Houston Rockets remain intensely interested in acquiring the miracle guard. Detroit in particular, guard. Detroit in particular views Irving as an ultimate veteran culture shifter for their developing backcourt, while Houston possesses the asset flexibility to make a highly competitive run. After two straight rounds or earlier playoff exit for the Pistons, many have called for the franchise to make a move to pair Cade Cunningham with legitimate star. Although Irving is in his mid-30s coming off an ACL injury, his status remains of a superstar and players who can be a driving force on a championship caliber team. Needing the ball handling support in the offseason, Cunningham Irving could cleanly slide next to Cunningham and deliver 20-25 points per game. A team that already features elite defense, adding Irving could be the way to go if Detroit can put together a trade package that Dallas would accept. So the Pistons' recent moves can mean something that would take to land Irving. Okay, so although the Pistons haven't landed a starter offseason, they could have made some roster moves that could have paved the way for a major transaction. By the trading Stewart, LeVert, and Sasser, the Pistons clear substantial active salary. Other moves like bringing Gary Harris and Taurean Prince, both whom are smaller deals, help generate even more financial flexibility. Detroit front office maneuver has engineered a mid-level trade exception has put the franchise nearly $50 million below the luxury tax. All that fancy talk means the Pistons possess the power to sign Duren to a max contract. However, the franchise intends to limit Duren's average salary to no more than $35 million. Does that mean the Pistons are putting some cash aside to acquire a big-name star? There is still plenty of time for the Pistons to make a blockbuster trade. Once Duren is brought back on this new contract, the front office may look to the trade market next. So, they may just look to do it before they bring him back, But in general, maybe they're not done looking. I'm going to eventually do a video that kind of points toward the fact that they may even wait towards the trade deadline. I might do that video sometime next. So, obviously, a lot of us has been saying that, this is what they're going to do. Then they might as well start a Buka Corey. And this is why you don't really mind bringing in a Kyrie Irving, a Drew Holiday, a KD, a veteran type player, because you're probably going to believe in the development of Buka Corey. 2 years, you probably max. 2 years max. So if you can get 2 years out of Kyrie, probably a year. out of Kyrie. But you know how these things work. You go out there, you get a big name guy, and then you have a guy that make less or a rookie make less. Then the guy that make less usually take off. Now, if you don't get a big name guy and you trust your roster, then nobody develops and nobody really takes off. So, you damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's kind of like having a gun. You'd rather be caught with it than without it, right? But in general, if they can make this move, you make it. If you can make this move, I believe you go ahead and make it. That's kind of been my whole synopsis around this. Make the move. Make the move. I think that's the best thing they can do. If you can get Kyrie, get him, get that insurance next to him. I think they fumbled the opportunity to go out there and get a guy like they fumbled the opportunity to go out there and get a guy like what was his brother name? CJ McCollum at the trade deadline. They didn't get Norman Powell. We didn't really get any how can you say we didn't get any clarity on why that didn't become. But I mean, it is what it is. But if I'm being 100% honest, Kyrie would be a great fit for them. They would have to carry him through the regular season as he get back. I don't think there's no problem with that. And then come playoffs, then and then through carrying the regular season, you play a Buko Corey when the games that he's not ready to play. But it's a risk. KD's a risk. Kyrie, you probably got 2-3 good seasons out of Kyrie left. KD, you probably got one if you're lucky. You may not have none in Kyrie and a bunch in KD. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know how it go. You just never know. You never know. So, but in general, if how I'm feeling right now, I would press play and get this done. But if in general they want to play for the trade deadline, I mean, you did a lot of shifting. Think about all the shifting that they've done. You got rid of Stewart. You know what I'm saying? You got rid of Karras. You done moved on from Tobias, Malik, Tim Hardaway Jr. I mean, Herter still pretty much new. You know what I'm saying? I mean, really, Asar Thompson and Cade Cunningham and Durant is your core. You got rid of Sasser. You got rid of Stewart. You got rid of Tobias, Malik, Tim. Isaiah. You got rid of a lot of guys. Now you put Collins in there. Now you get Isaiah Joe in there. Now you got Duncan, who's been entrenched into the culture. You got Dennis Jenkins, who ground rooted from the culture. So when you look at the culture guys that's really like been here and been entrenched, you got Duncan, you got Dennis, you got Cade, you got Asar, you hope to bring back Durant back. You got Wu, who kind of really represent the culture. Ron. I mean, you got enough culture guys to move the needle. The real question is, defensively, how does this work? Camaraderie wise, I think that'd be okay. But also, who's gonna be your shot creator? That's the biggest thing about it. They need another shot creator. Somebody you can trust. But we'll see. Most likely they're probably gonna wait till the trade deadline to make another move. If I had to be honest with you guys, they're probably gonna wait till the trade deadline to make another move, and probably still then they probably still gonna be pump faking. But in general, really what they're going to continue to do is bank on Asar Thompson offensively getting better, bank on Ron offensively getting better, bank on Durant getting better, and then on top of all of that, for everything to be the perfect storm, what this roster is constructed, you need a Buko Corey to be a phenomenal rookie. You need Cade Cunningham and Dennis Jenkins to take 2 or 3 steps forward. You know what I'm saying? You need Collins to integrate and rebound like he did before he got there, give an effort defensively, shoot how he shot last year. Isaiah Joe to come in and take a step forward. I mean, you need a lot to happen. You plug in Jaylen Brown in here and you just talking about fit, camaraderie. You plug in Kyrie here, you talking about a little bit more, but you feel a little bit more comfortable, but in general, they don't have enough. They still don't have enough. And when you put that much weight on Cade Cunningham's back, that's why he has so many turnovers, is because It all starts and ends with him. It ain't playing. He ain't Luka. He ain't playing one side of the floor. He set the tone defensively. If y'all scoring, it's cause of him. If you scoring, it's cause it don't matter. If he getting you a shot, somebody else need to go out there and be able to get a shot. And then him and Jenkins playing with each other, there's no mesh there yet. So it's not like they can tag team this shit. Like it's your turn. Jenkins still trying to find his way. So in general, that's why it's important for them to find a guy now so he can grow with Cade Cunningham, in that backcourt or whoever they put him in that lineup. They can grow together. So, his turnovers would come down if everything didn't rely on him. If they get somebody else that can just, get the ball and get a bucket. And, maybe they may be baking on the Buka Corey. I mean, I ain't knocking it, but it's the Detroit way to go is to go the cheap way. But in general, we'll see. But hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.